So this is gonna be my first video on Holodori, and generally first video doing like anything in terms of content creation when it comes to tutorials or anything along those lines. Um, so bear with me if things are a little bit here and there or all over the place. I don't really do this, haven't really done this before. Um, I'm gonna be primarily focusing this around the memboards as I've seen some information online. It's not really like it's misinformation, but it's very overcomplicating things that I don't think that the casual player base, such as myself or a lot of the people who I've spoken to, kind of understand. There's going to be some very minor things in regards to team building that are also covered in here. Um, they kind of go hand in hand with the memboards. It's things such as your leaders and who you're designating where, just in order to get the most points out of your memboards and min-max a little bit more. Yeah, it basically means this video is going to be a TLDR. It's going to be a basic coverage of the memboards. Does mean it should be a shorter video. With that, let's just get right into the basics. Let's start from the leadership memboards. This does tie into another video I plan on doing in the near future, which is team building. But when it comes to the red area or leadership area of your memboard, this is going to be specific to whichever unit whose outfit you're going to be using as a leader for your lineup. This talent in an optimal world is not going to be in your lineup itself, but you will be utilizing their outfit bonuses. So with that in mind, it should generally work along with who is your Oshi here, or at least whose music you like to listen to the most. Because that is realistically where you're going to be getting placed on leaderboards. Your leader does dictate what leaderboards you can actually take part in. When you work your way through these different trees, there's going to be kind of like a crossroads of sorts, generally where you would put the units like that you link in to give extra bonuses. I'm not going to cover those too in depth. I might do a few basics here and there towards the end of the video, but during the majority of this, I just want to explain like what the different colors mean, and yeah, where you want to put your most points in, depending on where your unit is. During the early game of Holodori, which I believe the majority of us are generally in, unless you're whaling the fuck out of the game. You're gonna work along the path that gives you the most raw stats, not the one that activates skills more or one that gives you more hollow gold. Each tree is slightly different in how it's laid out, but the majority of it is going to be the same. You're going to want to go down the tree until you max out the tree that gives the most raw stats. There's 3 separate split offs, and I believe they all end the same way. But yeah, you want to hard focus into primarily raw stats. The area that you're going to be working on and towards in your skill trees is going to look like this. This is going to be like the main area. Obviously, you're going to have like bonuses here for technique, bonuses here for performance, and bonuses here for sense. Depending on what outfit you're running, what units you're running, you're going to want to prioritize differently here. But yeah, that should basically cover your reds. Due to your leader, however, wanting to fill up the red tree, I'm going to specify this now. You do not want your leader in your lineup. If you want your Oshi or the member that is your leader also in your lineup, it's going to be suboptimal. It's fine if you do want to do that. It's just you will not be getting the points out of the units that you would like. Alright, moving on towards the memboards, which is a tongue twister to say. This is the blue area of the board. These parts of the boards are for the units that are actually in your lineup, not your leader. There's certain aspects of this that I would like to cover in another video, such as who is the best for your lineups, etc., who has the best bonuses and passives and active skills. But that's very much a different video idea that I'm going to be working on post this. Alright, so the blue tree is pretty simple. It's very straightforward in where you want to go at the crossroads. You want to get all the way up to the first link first, and then go in the direction that provides you with the most amount of stats towards your build. Each direction has a statistic that it prioritizes, such as like performance or your technique or your sense. you're going to want to pick off of those alone, as this, I believe, will increase your score a lot more. Make sure you're picking up your activation rate ups along the way. Prioritize catching off those, because there's a few of them that are off to the sides. You're going to want to catch those, because your skills are the majority of your score, and the more activation rate up that you get, the most points you're going to get consistently. And consistency is kind of like the key for min-maxing your events and stuff, and not having to spend, like, a full week on a single song in order to get your best possible points. Alright, this leaves me with, I believe, 2 areas of the memboard that are left over. These are perhaps the most misunderstood and underutilized areas of the memboard in general. These are the support trees, green and yellow. I don't think people kind of understand these very, like, on a very basic level. I think people just ignore them and hard focus on their actual members that are in their lineup and kind of ignore these completely. Yellow is best described as the performance tree. Essentially, if your leader has a song where they are in a group or they collab with a specific talent, you should go out of your way to figure out which talent, where the memboards are, and go and upgrade up to at least this tile. Because this tile here is actually here to give a 1% bonus to your score overall when they're in a group or a unit. A 1% bonus doesn't seem like much, but it does add up when you're piling on, like, the rest of your bonuses, your skill activations, etc., etc. But yeah, especially if they're in, like, a big group, like an actual unit, such as one of the big collab songs, you're going to want to go out of your way, because that 1% turns into 5%, etc., etc. It's nothing to laugh at. So yeah, finally, the green tree. Best described to me personally as a global buff. It provides just statistics straight up for your lineup. My recommendation is to go in and upgrade the first 5 tiles in this tree for every member that you have the memboards unlocked for, whether they're present or not in your team. I would prioritize doing the ones that aren't present in your team, so you're not wasting memboard points on, like, your units that are in your lineup that you could be upgrading their skills. This overall increase is about 15 stats, like 15 in every stat, not just 15 stats straight up. It's 15 in performance, technique, and sense. Depending on your build, this number is definitely higher. So if you have, like, a technique increase outfit that's plus 130%, then this is going to be closer to about 30 technique per unit in your team per memboard upgraded to this level. It's nothing to laugh at. Yeah, that pretty much sums up the memboards. As I stated, have more videos planned in the future should there be a need for them, such as tier listings specifically aiming at trying to build along skills, going a little bit more in depth on team building. I also have, like, some non-video related documentation calculations lined up that I'm kind of working on in the background right now that are a bitch to do, but yeah, once they're released, it'll help team building a lot for a lot of people. With that, I appreciate you all sitting through the video. I hope that I could provide a little bit of information that you didn't already have, and good luck with your Holodori teams.